want to bring in Kevin O'Leary. So good to have you. He's chairman of O'Leary Ventures, and so he's been joining us on the Five once in a while, and I love that. Kevin, what do you think about this idea? Obviously, it would be popular with people who make tips, but economically, I love lower taxes. So, but what do you think?
It's a very interesting proposal, but of course Congress has to approve it. But the idea, tips have been controversial at the taxation level for decades because some of the tips, and they still are coming in cash, are never put onto your form. So there's a tremendous amount of leakage in terms of what's really due to the IRS. And so why not abandon these small amounts? Because tips are generally 10 to 20% of a bill, maybe $150 or less for a meal in Las Vegas. And so instead of going after these small amounts, which for the IRS are really $20, give it up, put some relief on these people who've been squeezed by inflation, both in their input costs and also labor costs for restaurants, is causing a lot of them to shut down in neighboring states like California. And it's politically, I see the point. It works. I mean, obviously, if you're helping them out, and a lot of these jobs are transient. You don't want to be a waitress in a fast food location for the rest of your life, or waiter. And it's kind of helping a young generation move forward. I like it.
Well, Kevin, let me ask you this. So you're right on the politics. President Trump at 50%, Biden at 45%. I had a friend in Democratic politics tell me they're pretty much writing off Nevada at this point and thinking that Trump is going to win it. But I also wanted to ask you this, just looking forward and the way the economy is going, there are many more people putting together their income based on the gig economy, and a lot of that is based on tips.
You're right. That's true. Uber drivers, et cetera. And so that is a big boost. It's a tax gift. It's a giveaway. And it may be political. But in terms of if it changing the outcome of the election, I don't think anybody can call this election right now. I've never seen it tighter. But I'll tell you one thing.
Oh, no, I
that
just
is a
meant,
factor.
Sorry, I just meant for Nevada itself because it's looking really good for Trump.
I don't write off any state for any candidate. The polling has been so volatile over the last two election cycles. I don't believe any of it. You got to show me the actual data the night of the election. Then I'll believe anything. So I would say the biggest issue for both candidates, one way or the other, is inflation. And it's definitely playing out in Nevada on home and on protein, on energy. So that's an issue. And calling a state now, impossible. That's certainly as an investor, I'm not doing that. Because if I thought Trump was,
it was just a chat with my friend who does politics. Okay, let me ask you about home and auto insurance. This is the Wall Street Journal earlier today in its editorial saying that a politically made insurance panic. Auto and home rates are soaring, and the causes include inflation and lawsuit abuse. Look at the rates of insurance. It just increases in homeowners insurance. Arizona, also a battleground state. And a lot of this has to do with outside influences. Listen to Senator Elizabeth Warren and why she's blaming the insurance companies.
The insurance companies have kind of been playing every part of this game. And now when climate risks are rising, they're trying to hang American families out to dry here and demanding either higher premiums or to get out of the market altogether. So there's a lot that's going on here that poses real risk to our economy.
All right. So I wanted to ask you about that because I've been watching the cost of car insurance, the cost of home insurance, really hurting people while they're also dealing with the inflation that they see at the grocery store.
You're 100% right. 100% right. Now, let me just say out of the gate, Elizabeth Warren's from my home state where my family grew up, Massachusetts. We don't live there anymore. A lot of it's because of Elizabeth Warren. Lots of my neighbors have moved to Florida because of her policies. I think she's a great politician, very successful. I don't like her management style. I don't like her policies. She's wrong on this because the actual facts about why inflation has hit insurance so hard is not just weather. There's a tremendous amount of contingency litigation going on here where a lawyer can take down capital from a hedge fund and litigate till the cows come home at no real cost to their practice and get a third of the winnings. That's hurting the insurance industry. That's policy that should be changed so that if you lose, you pay the legal costs. Other countries have done the same thing. Weather is a factor as well. But if there's one sector in our economy that's going to benefit from AI, this is probably one of the biggest. There's so much investment going on in trying to write policies from data to a micro level of your street address that it could bring some relief to people in the next 24 months. I'm in the insurance industry. I'm in the consumer goods industry. We're looking at this like a hawk because I have to buy insurance for even my restaurants. Our costs are up higher than our food, than any of our protein or our labor. So we want relief here. But Elizabeth Warren's not being helpful, bashing the insurance companies. That's never useful. You have to look at why these rates have gone up, and there's multiple causes.
I feel vindicated. I am obsessed with this issue. I've been wanting to talk more about it, and I'm glad we did. Kevin O'Leary, thank you. Have a great Monday.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.